Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another session of ETC Talks. I am truly delighted to be with you all again and seeing new attendees for today's event. As a regular practice, few reminders before we begin. The session is recorded and questions may be raised at the end of the session. We have an interesting topic to be delivered today by a senior professional in digital user experience. Our guest speaker is currently Senior Specialist in Digital User Experience in the Ministry of Transport, Communication and Information Technology. She holds a Bachelor degree of Arts in English Language and Literature from Sultan Qaboos University and has more than 13 years of experience producing effect user centric digital products, business processes, and web solutions. She has an extensive experience in UX planning and implementation, including research, design, development, and usability testing with high consideration of accessibility standards and SEO features. In addition, she is supporting the implementation of user-centric platform services and developing the necessary regulations and frameworks, as well as providing UX consultancy support and assessment services to government and business entities. Also, she is a member of the national team of enhancing Oman's rank K in the UN e-government and supporting government entities in building their e-transformation plans. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Ms. Aisha Al-Habsi. Ms. Aisha, you can start.
Assalamu alaikum جميعا. I thank you
Alaikum
Muhsin
salam.
for the nice introduction. This is Aisha Al-Habsi. Again, thank you for making it brief, محفوظة. I'm a UX specialist, senior specialist. And I would like to take you today in a journey with a concept that could be easy and complicated at the same time. User experience is something that has been there for a very long time, but it has been recently defined as a science. It is highly targeted by all businesses of all types because it proved to have a very big impact on the quality of the products. So without further ado, let's start our topic. As I introduced the topic, it's using AI, which is artificial intelligence, towards a better UX. Both are very interesting topics, but let's talk in definitions first. I would like to hear from you actually. Anyone here with a background about UX, even a little? So I will take that as a no. What is user experience and how does it contribute to the success of any business? Let's start with the question, what is user experience? User experience is defined by ISO to be a person's perception and response that results from the use and or anticipated use of product, system, or service. This is a bit highly technical, but let's say it the other way. Let's start the day with coffee. Yes, if you are a coffee lover, of course, you will be very interested in knowing what is to come. How does coffee relate to user experience? Let's see. Every morning, maybe like every one of us has the option of having a homemade coffee or, like as this example goes, a Starbucks coffee or any of your favorite let's say, favorite coffee shops or favorite cafes. For both options, you would be having the same raw material. So Starbucks has its beans, and I can get these beans at home as well. Then they make it into a processed beans, which can be packed and maybe roasted, just uh, being made to ready to be used. Now the two experiences start to take a different side. For Starbucks, they do use more of highly tech, or it's not a highly tech, but it's a bit of more complicated equipments, machinery. We usually use simpler ones at home, but again, it's the same process, which is brewing or turning coffee beans into liquid coffee. Again, we still have, we are now again making more clear differentiation between both products. They are still, it is still coffee, but you get the coffee from Starbucks in a nice pack. Sometimes you get smiley faces, your name. Uh, you get it in a cheerful way. Maybe this is not the same as the situation is not the same at home. You might just put it in a cup and just have it with a croissant or a candy bar. The most important thing that would make a difference in the whole journey is the experience. People would pay money to get to stay or to sit at a Starbucks cafe near to the beach, maybe at their workplace, uh, enjoying the service, enjoying the music, maybe enjoying the setup. While at home, you would just get, like, again, a simpler shape of an experience, a breakfast table with few additions as well. So this makes us think and consider, why would we pay more money? We both, it's both coffee. If we came to the practical side, it's both coffee. Either it is uh, Starbucks or normal coffee. But why would we pay for Starbucks? Yes, we would pay for experience. Uh, we are uh, purchasing an experience. We are taking the advantage of being in a new environment, an environment that is made for us. It's made for, maybe, let's say, for a person who is having a business meeting, a person who wants to concentrate on a certain job. Um, it is an added value that I would be paying money for, rather than just having coffee on a normal day at home. So from this, I think we need to redefine the user experience. User experience is the overall feeling or experience that the person has when using a product, and this is also include visiting places like supermarkets, restaurants, stores. This experience should be easy and pleasing, and here we can just define it to be like, is it a good experience or like a so-so? So any questions so far? Mahfouda, can we get questions for this?
Yes, inshallah.
Any questions? Okay, so if everything is clear, we shall just proceed. I'm not sure, is the screen clear for you? How is it now? Is the screen clear? Mahfouda? let's proceed. So where can we apply UX? This is a very wide question, but again, wherever there are users, human users, there is UX. Whatever is the product, whatever is the experience. So let's have some examples of real experiences that apply UX. Websites, platforms, mobile apps, mobiles themselves, even cars. Some cars like have ACs to be controlled by buttons. Some of them goes by touch. Every company studies the need of their customers and then make a better version in the other coming versions. Smart devices including smartphones, pads, tablets, restaurants as well, as we mentioned in Starbucks, and this is also applicable to restaurants for kids, or sometimes even in US they have restaurants for pets. So even restaurants have their own sort of experiences. Services including government, public services in all types. This includes their business processes as well and workflows. Even in supermarkets, hypermarkets, retail stores, there is a very, very wide use of user experience. And if anyone knows IKEA, I think they would notice the traffic they have followed. They have kindly forced the users to go through every department of their store. Either you like it or not, that is the path, and you should go through the whole journey that leads you eventually to the cashier. Again, TV, radio channels as well, they do have their own UX experience based on their followers. So a further, and in this one, I would really be happy to hear from you. For just a sample, Heinz Ketchup, they have applied some sort of UX. But let's see. I think you all recognize this type of ketchup bottle, right? Anyone? Mahfouza?
Yes.
Yes. Can we open the
Yes.
platform?
Yeah,
now
it's open.
Yeah, previously we couldn't use the mic. Now it's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to hear from you. How do you use the SketchUp, especially if it was like the final
I think
fourth?
this is the old design of the ketchup.
Yes, this is the old design for the ketchup. How would you get what is available in there, the last pieces of, or the last drips of ketchup?
Yeah, it was difficult to use, I remember.
Yeah, it will be lots of shaking and just maybe sometimes breaking. So Heinz Ketchup Company started listening to their users, and users were very much complaining about this. They cannot get the rest of their ketchup. So after the feedback, they have made a better solution, which is a squeezable plastic bottle. Again, that was really easier to use, but there was another issue. There is still some ketchup there. So they have moved to a very, like the best version of their bottles, which is the upside down ketchup bottle. This was a like a breakthrough in the industry, because Heinz took this innovative, let's say, addition. It took it miles ahead. They have started this. They took the rights of it, and for now, every company wants to do a flipped bottle. They have to purchase some sort of license from Heinz, and this is really a big deal of money for them. They have made a fortune out of just listening to their customers and producing the right thing. Now, this is a very simple and small scale of applying UX to one sort of product, which is ketchup. But in ICT, we have less ketchup, more of digital products. So let's take this ahead, talking about the digital products that we have, or every business has. All businesses use digital platforms, such as websites, mobile apps, systems, software programs, sometimes online services and courses, especially in the consultancy businesses. So let's talk ahead about the stages of user experience as per the AKMD approach. It starts with innovation. Innovation might be a reflection of a problem that needs a solution, a gap that is making the performance going very much slow or going in a different direction. So usually we start with a problem and we innovate, or we try to find out a solution to solve that problem. This solution could be in ICT field, could be a website, a channel, social media channel, a software. Whatever we agree on in the first innovation stage would be the solution. We can take it to the other, to the coming stage, which is strategy, where we do the requirement phase. Why should we do this? What are the problems that we are solving through the solution? Who are our rivals? Who produces something similar to our product or our solution? What are the company's goals of doing this solution? After setting the goals or the requirements for this stage, we move to the design. We put a feature, like we design it to be a feature per goal or per requirement. Every feature should be fulfilling a requirement in the strategy phase. That is why we will be able to make it more sustainable. If we are at the end of the life cycle of UX, we can go back and then just fix that small goal, fix the requirements, just go through one element instead of repeating the whole life cycle. This is saving a lot of money for companies, and again, much more effort. So in the design feature, we do the information architecture, we do the accessibility, we do the whole planning phase of a final product. We make a prototype, we make wireframes, and then in the construction, we move to implementation. The implementation is something that we are all aware of. We implement and then we test with real users. Again, if real users find new problems, we just go through the same cycle, and it's an iteration of the items or the features that are there. Any questions so far? So how does a good UX look like? After we have stated the stages, the products, the elements of UX. Of course, a successful UX would be successful if it is making its focus on the user, user's needs, user's problems, user's context of use, users' usage scenarios. If it all starts from the user itself, it will be fitting perfectly to their needs. Plus, there are other features that make a UX journey successful. It should be efficient, done in less time and with less effort. It should be fun and engaging. It should not be very much dull or confusing. It should be easy to adopt to. A successful product would never need someone to have a training for it. Like if the product is successful, me as a user, I should not go through any type of training before using it. It should be a normal flow. It should consider my mental model, like the way I think, the way I expect things to be. As we go through the or with in alignment with users' expectations, we make it easier for them to find what we have designed for them. Also, of course, it should be solving customers' problems, and it should be inclusive. I should not keep sending people to do something in the middle of my service. I ask them to get an approval from somewhere else and then come back to me. I should give them an inclusive and full journey of the service. Of course, a successful service should end with a happy customer, with open platforms for feedback, for ratings, for comments. I should not just deliver the service and just leave. I should be keeping my doors open for more feedback. So all of this is about UX, but how can we make UX effective, or like how can the UX affect businesses, big or small, and how can we make that work on our behalf? I'll give you some examples worldwide. I think you all know Airbnb, right? I hope you are there, because I really started feeling lonely. Anyone knows Airbnb?
We're familiar.
Yeah.
For me, at least.
Yeah, Airbnb is a very big company that helps people find stays. People are giving their houses for a rent, or some on a daily basis, and then Airbnb is managing is the platform that manages the whole thing. Airbnb have applied UX, and it was almost a near failure. It was almost a dead business until they applied a proper UX, and they have jumped to value $10 million as for now. Also, ESPN. This is a sport cable channel. They have raised their revenue by 35% just with a redesign of homepage. And this could be shocking, because just the redesign could massively increase the quality of your performance, or vice versa, might drop it. Again, Amazon discovered that a 100 ms decrease in the page loading, and I think technical people know how much is technically 100 ms in the page speed. If the page goes a little bit slow, they have noticed 1% drop in their sales. So that is really something that they had worked on, just to keep a smooth journey for the user. Of course, Walmart, it's a big retail store in Canada. It's in America and Canada as well. They have increased their on-site or online revenue by tailoring the customer experience. Again, they have started from their customers and made something especially for them, considering their needs, their expectations, and they have been successful in raising their revenue by 13%. So we know now that better UX means better revenue, of course. But what about a bonus point? What about another leap in using technology? How can we use it? How can we utilize something very much, it's a technology and can help us in UX? We can do this through artificial intelligence. And you might be asking this question. This is a human thing. Raising UX or increasing UX quality is a total human aspect. How can we use machines in there? How can we use the machine learning and things that do not include the human affection, the human feelings? Let's see. We have some examples, good examples in this regard. We can use smarter tailored push content, and this is something that that artificial intelligence have been helpful in for a very far instant. You always get emails or push notifications, or maybe sometimes you get Google ads after you have explored or you have opened the page of a certain product, either in eBay or Amazon. You might be looking for a product or a book. You will be seeing that book everywhere, like in websites, in your email, and there are sometimes there are continuous emails reminding you that there are sales on this book, and this is the last book available. They would keep marketing for the thing that you asked for or you searched for earlier, just to convince you to buy it. So this is totally a machine talking. This is a machine generated emails that has nothing to do with the humans. They just maybe they will be following up the frequency, seeing the analytics of these emails and content, and maybe they will be observing the change in the visits of the website. So another thing is map users' behavior. This is again a machine thing. Machines could read your movements in websites like YouTube and Netflix. Like you would watch a movie in the morning, and then you will find similar movies, a stream of movies similar to what you have seen in earlier.
It is
with time,
AU like that.
Yeah. Come again, please. Yeah. So Netflix and YouTube apply this. I think you might have been noticing this while you are visiting these websites. They would create a full picture of your needs.
Exam list only, sir. Exam list like that. They prefer only exam list, sir. They prefer only exam list. No class list.
I think. Yeah. So again, they will create a stream for your preferences, and they will push it for you in your coming visit. So you might think sometimes, how am I getting this accurate type of options? Why, is this stalking of some sort, or this is somehow let's say a weird thing, but it is working on your behalf. It is working on your interest. It gives you the options that you might be looking for. Not always, but mostly after studying your journey through the website, they would be registering what things you like, what types of preferences you would pick. So this is again something that machines do. Another thing is IoT for customized lifestyle. This is used by the pioneer IoT companies like Google and Intel, who has applied This technology on home appliances, they know what temperature do you like the room to be in summer and in winter. When do you like the doors to be locked, the lights to be shut off. So these technologies, they are still machines, but they would study your lifestyle and apply your preferences as per that. There is also the smart chatbots and voice assistants. This is highly and widely applied even in Oman. Bank Muscat gives you the options to, when you have a call, like for the call center, they take you through, it's a machine reply, but they take you through getting the support without any human interference. You would be ending up getting maybe the deposit you want to do or the cancellation of a card with zero human interaction, just a machine answering your call and taking you to perform the service. It's the same as well as Aramix if you would like to ask about the shipping. It's again the same for Temdan, TMdan, and Talabat. They all use this smart chatbot and like the machine conversations. One more interesting thing is the analysis of usage data through applications. For example, we have McDonald's. They have followed the use of their or the analytics of their mobile apps, the preferences of the people using the app, and they have enhanced their options of meals as per these the results of these feedback and requests. And one of the final is the AI-based prototyping tools. A prototype is the final product after you make your final suggestion or final view of a product. You can get a prototype just to mock up the final platform that you will make, without the need of implementing it, without the need of wasting resources, and then later on you discover that this is not what you have been looking for. So any questions so far? Let's move. Now let's talk about successful usage of artificial intelligence in promoting and creating better UX for two industries. One is Airbnb and one is Coca-Cola. The first case study is the guest check, background check at Airbnb. At one stage, Airbnb had to make a background check for the guests that would registering to book a stay through the platform. This was triggered by a British lady who had a request of a stay for one night, and it was planned for a small birthday party, as she said. That party turned to be a very, very, very big mess. The person has brought a very large number of people, and they have wrecked the place, literally. They have just destroyed everything, and they made the mess out of the place, and that ended up for the lady to lose the place. Plus, again, the reputation of Airbnb was at stake. So the trigger was, or the help call was just about having a check before the people enter to the stay. So how did Airbnb do that check? It's a creepy thing. It's a creepy feature. But just to make sure that everything is safe and all the stays become they ensure that they stay at the same condition as they took it. Airbnb used the third-party mechanisms to check their database information, any information about the person, any suspicious activities would be highlighted and would be taken to another level of investigation. The detecting of these information was done by machines, but the machines would make this a red flag, and then humans take over and just start the research, start to see like what is really validating this information. Is it true? Is it not? A second thing is, again, social media posts. The machines would be looking for certain terms, for certain types of activities that could stop the person from being part of, from renting these stays. Also, blog spots, if they have any comments, even the comments posted by a person online, everywhere. And then also a company or association directory listings. Anywhere this person is available as a name, anywhere that this name appears to these machines, third-party machines, they would highlight it and just keep it for a record that this person is like safe or not safe. Of course, again, if there are red flags, humans interfere and verify and check if the person should be staying at that place or not. So this was a pioneer move from Airbnb, and now this is why we can see it has become more popular. Airbnb also opens a really good windows for customers to give their feedback, for even for the property owners. It is giving the parties of who are contributing to their platform, they are giving them the right to talk, to give a feedback, and then this helps adding more or elevating the trust level between Airbnb and their customers. Another thing that Airbnb applied, again through AI, is the smart pricing algorithms that help the owners of the entities, the owners of the stays, to rate their places. It's never random. Actually, those who are in Airbnb and renting their properties through this platform knows that there is some sort of generating a machine generating pricing, the right pricing for the unit. How could that be? They would study the competing properties that enter and leave the market, like hotels nearby. If there are big hotels nearby, that might be a plus point that might raise the price for the property. Again, if that property or that sometimes that property could be the competing property can be some sort of entertainment. All of this has been taken in consideration in making a real price, a good price for the stay. Second is the timings of special events, like holidays. Sometimes it's Christmas or any type of big event in that country. Prices might go higher than usual, and algorithms put this in consideration in making a price for the place. The third is demand shifts across seasons and times. Like people would love to go skating in winter in Switzerland or Austria. In let's say in the seasons, the skating seasons, prices go higher. Let's say in other places where spring is a nice time, or there are it is a good weather. The demand I think the demand is going high, so also the algorithms post a higher price for the property. Another interesting, very interesting use case is done by Coca-Cola, and they have actually invented something very, very fun to use, and as well, it's some sort of innovative thought to elevate their sales. And they have in the 2000, I think it's 2011, they have launched their freestyle dispensers. What do? They would let you choose your type of soda. Is it like Coke? Is it Fanta? Is it with sugar? Is it with no sugar? Does it have more sparkles? Does it have like a flavor? You could do and make any type and any mix of flavors and soda water you would like. As you can see in the picture to the right, there are all the options available for you. You could make your own version of soda. Why was this done? In different areas in US, there are like different climates or different weathers all over the year. Sometimes it's hot in the eastern coast, but it's at the same time it's very much cold in the western north coast. So preferences could be highly different and wide. So Coca-Cola has given them the chance to invent their own drinks. So as per that, in 2016, 48% of, which is almost half, of the new mixes or the new drinks that people has invented and kept buying, they were made as new products introduced by Coca-Cola. They have approved them to be a new product. And here also, it just shows how can machines help us. And by the way, these machines gather the data, analyze them, and process them to be ready for just to be shown for decision makers. This helped a lot because if we could see the traditional way of doing this is just having campaigns, having people visiting companies, visiting markets, and just making different types of drinks, and they would convince people to test and take the feedback. That is a really like long story for marketing teams. That was very much briefed in this dispenser that was doing it all. It's a machine, but it was doing it all, and it's more available. It can be there 24/7. There is no need for me as a person to just have that suspicion. Is this like a trusted resource, or is this a trusted person? Is it safe to try something from this person who is offering me a free drink? So this whole notion of trying new solutions has made a very big leap on the production line of Coca-Cola, and again, it gave the customers a new level of trust and transparency with the entity or with the Coca-Cola in this thing. So in short, if we are to ask what are the benefits that AI adds to user experience, it's a faster implementation, of course. It is done through algorithms. It is done through machines all the times. And I think we have this as well in some loan calculation tools through some banks of Oman. You do not need to visit the branch and ask how much should I pay, and this is what this is how much I need to take. That visit would really waste a lot of time for you and for the bank employee as well. So having these solutions are really a fast faster in implementation, and of course lesson costs because they are developed once and used for a very long time. They are very much inclusive and consistent. They can be in 10 in 10 different places, but they would be generating a similar stream of information timely as per your preference as a programmer. Of course, they are higher availability. They are highly available. You can call like the chat. You can call the call centers with the automatic answers at any time. You could talk to a chatbot at any time. Get your services done. They do not take sick leaves. It's more of a futuristic way of doing it, but it has proven to be more consistent and available. Also, they are easy to use and adjust as per your need, as per your goals, as per the goal or the objective that they are for. And they are higher in quantity and quality. They would do multiple accurate equations at a very short time. Doing this or doing the whole, all of these things, like this is possible to be done by a human, but it's taking a very much, it's taking a lot of time of humans day, and machines can do it with a very much of a high accuracy. Then people can interfere to tackle or to trigger the human aspects of this. Gathering the information, collecting it, and just analyzing it, that is something that could save a lot of humans' time and efforts, and get a better, let's say, a better output for decision makers to just make better decisions for the coming phases of their business. So with this, I think we are done. And I'd really be happy to hear from you. If you have any questions, if you have any additions or comments that you would like to give, I'll be pleased to hear them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha. And now, if anyone is having question, you can ask.
All clear, Aisha. Thank you so much for the presentation.
You're most welcome. Actually, it's a bit of a complicated yet simple topic. But again, we tend to take it for granted. We tend to take usability for granted. Of course, they would say, I would make a product for a certain user. But they would not implement the whole journey. They would just start with an assumption that the user needs this or the user hates that, and they would build a whole solution based on that. So when the real usage scenario goes, there are always gaps. There are always like things that they did not see coming. They end up wasting lots of resources, lots of money on this, and they would keep iterating and repeating their processes all over the time just to get the right product. Why not to save all of this by starting with a proper planning, starting from the users themselves. So this is what UX is all about, and it should be serving the businesses, especially the small ones, in a really great way. So, any further questions?
Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah. Alaikum salam.
Thank you, Ms. Asha, for this informative presentation. I just want to ask if there is any software can do what you're saying, or just it's like a plan.
There are softwares. There are many softwares actually. If you are talking about AI, you can implement or you can make your own software to bridge the gap that you want.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
for
in my
Coca-Cola,
master. Yeah, in
Yeah.
my master degree, my title, it was about the artificial neural network, and
Yeah.
there was like a ready software that I'm just entering the factors and it will give me the results. But it was good, but it was like a long process. So I know
Yeah.
if you, I would like if you like developing any software that make easier, it's not long process
Yeah, I
to
think,
use
yeah,
it in.
yeah. Most of the software launched, they were made for a certain context. So for a bigger industry, I think you might be uh, interested to visit programming corporate where they can make you the solution that you really need with the
Mhm.
steps. Like I think you have a time restriction, which is
Mhm.
always, يعني, most of us have it. Uh, Time restriction uh, makes us squeezed in a certain time where we cannot exceed it for further times. So whoever would be making that solution would take in consideration that this should be done in a very relatively short time. I'm not a technical person actually, so I have a background, but I'm not a programmer in the first place. Um, Maybe I guess you could search for ready-made solutions online and check which is the best option for you. We also forget that sometimes with some even worldwide solutions, we can add a say. We can tell the company that this product is giving me a hard time. Even if it's a big company, an iPhone or an Android, I could text, this is part of their user experience and this is part of their customer satisfaction assessment. I would just send my note and they might get back to me with a solution as well. So if it is something that it's that product that you cannot replace with a better one, you might be able to write to the company and just ask them for a modification or a change.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Most welcome. Most welcome.
So at the end of this very interesting, fruitful session on using AI for a better UX, join me to thank Ms. Aisha Al-Habsi. And thank you everyone for attending this session. I want to remind you that the session video will be available in the college website under ETC Talks. Thank you everyone and thank you, Ms. Aisha.
Thank you very much, Mahfouظة. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice rest of the day.